Hello guys, and we're back. I'm going to share with you today some of the card loots that I got from a fellow friend which has somewhat quit the game of Magic, and he left me his stash. And we're going to sort out, I think I already sorted out some of the which I think are notable cards for the older sets, for Commander and also for the Pauper format. And we're going to share with you what are the possible ways that we can still have some value on this, maybe selling locally or having them posted at my Shopee online store for Magic the Gathering. And starting off here, so we see a lot of somewhat older sets. I think he played during the Amon Cat Battle for Syndicate set, but he still have some of all these cards, including also some cards from the first Dominaria set. So we check here. We have some Dead and Gone. So I think this is still very valuable. Rhinos are, I think, still using this. So maybe even that we still have some slight damages, you can still be able to sell this for some value. So this is just a common. Let me just try to maybe sort it out by color. Okay, so next is Reclaim. So this is, I think, is a first edition or the original set. It was reprinted. The damage is somewhat visible on the edges, also the curving, but still maybe this can have some use maybe in Pauper or for the ADH components. So most likely I would be able to sell this for some value as compared to the TCG market. Of course, we'll still have some assessment as to for the card condition, so we might see this as moderately played and compare the price for that. So that's green. Next we have Scragnoth. So again, this is the OG, not the OG but Time Spiral set, not the Time Spiral remastered but the first one, which is as that was the, I think that special set reprints. It's not somewhat a part of the main Time Spiral, but all of the reprints was also added from the set. Might that have some play in some decks, maybe in older formats. I'm not sure if it's still viable for this, but let's again sort it out, checking out the price and maybe do some comparison. Let's check this one. We still have more of this. So we have a Genesis Hydra. It was very playable back in its day, but we still have maybe for the EDH component. Then we have blue, a few of which I think already placed in the store if you want to check out the Coimax MTG on Shopee. They are already posted there. So we have a copy of the original Cervical Adept. Sadly, the condition not really that much of the mint, so we just have this one as a backup for maybe for EDH use. Then we have a playset of Sage Dowsing from Morning Tide. Okay, still got some edges damage and slight there. So okay, so it's sorted out, along with also a playset of Stony-Brook Banneret, which I think also for the Merfolk decks would be a really essential card component. So maybe this one would have some C on the, let's say, the modern version. So it's set it aside for now. Next we have Glistener Elf. So we know that Poison deck is still very popular. This would also see gameplay in Pauper, so we'll have this one again sorted out for value. Okay, next we have some Rune Flare Traps. Might be some of the sideboard cards, but you'll start them aside. Wild Nakatal, of course, the OG version. But sadly, the edges are somewhat in light tier on the side, and of course the curving. But still, this will still hold value for those who would still have their components added without checking on the somewhat the card condition. If it didn't really that matter, then they will give it to them. So we have also Nature's Claim, a good sideboard card with some options against affinity. A playset of Trinket Mage. So this is again an OG from I forgot the set symbol, the name of the set, but I think this is still worth it of the condition. Of course, we also have Journey to Nowhere, which is again a staple for the pauper decks. So we still have this one with good condition, so we're going to sort it out for the rest and check the card value all in all. So next is a Prisoner Might, of course the combo card back in the day for the Splinter Twin decks, the Twin. So might see only for the Commander deck use because I only have one copy of this. I found only one. Then of course Solwarden, these uncommons very much had a value now because of the life gain strategies in various formats. Of course, Fisher, which is also for the bonus synthesizer decks for the blue-white artifacts. They also use this one as a good old 2-drop in the deck. So okay. So the rest, no rest for the wicked, maybe a sideboard card, but we're just going to sort it out. It still has some good value here. And Primal Rage also, I've added this one to my store. I think this is the worst of the condition of the card because of the damage, but nevertheless we still have them as a backup. Then we have some printing damage. As you can see on the side of Nakatal and Amushan Revivals from Future Sight, they have some edging during the print out or the packaging. I'm not sure if we would still have some value during for the other cards that has some printing damage. We'll see about this one if we are going to consult some of the people that know this kind of a setup. And then we have Flesh and Blood and Catch and Release from Dragon's Maze, I think. This one-ups is again, of course, for the Commander format. And then we have some more of the green cards and the poison specific, which we have two Viridian Corruptor. The Infect decks are still very much so after. I think this would still have some effect as a sideboard card. Then we have Lenore Elves, good old mana creatures are still very essential, and having them even for some of the versions will still get you most value. And of course Apostle's Blessing, sideboard or maybe even a main deck card for the Infect deck, so that might have some value. Condemn, I'm not really sure with the Condemn, but maybe for the blue-white or Commander decks they might have this one, so it's up to them if they were going to sort that out. And of course Pillar of Flame, some burn spells that are specific, which I think somewhat been updated but still going to hit some value for specific persons. And Explore, the two Explorers might be having some EDH use. Corrosive Gale maybe for Infect, but not really sure of the thought after. And we have Autumn's Veil. It was outdated now for the current Veil of Summer, but maybe for some good old EDH cards they would have some slot in there. So more of these Jiris Tip for, of course, lands decks. Then Ancient Garage sideboard card, but sadly they might have subtension. Okay, Ancient Den, which is affinity deck, but the damage is very obvious. And we still have some good old Thornwell Drain. We have this Cottage, your Brute, and you have this is used in the Walls deck for the Pauper, so we might also add them in my inventory for the lands. And some random Dominaria cards I think would worth the value. Sir Protector, Warcry Phoenix, on Sarah's Wings, maybe for the EDH. Quende also, EDH specific, as well as Danita Kapashen, Paragon. Coppermere might have some play. Again, so this is the OG printing. Oh no, not yet. That's the Scar of Meridian version. Then we have Burning Fist Minotaur, Top Jehovah. Okay, more EDH stuff. Hope Tender, Firebrand Archer. So these are specific to the Amonkhet set and Hour of Devastation. I mean, Kongming, Sleeping Dragon. Okay. And also this one, bad cerebral, but sadly damage about a lot on this card. So you just have this one later on. Let's start up the next pile. So you have Angel Condemnation, Drinkwater Siren, Rugged Walker for the Pioneer decks. So we'll add it as green. More of the sideboard cards. Very Canonade, Cultivate maybe. I think this is still holding a value. We have also Locket of Yesterday's, which is, upon checking, the price is more than $1.02, so maybe we'll still have this in our inventory for the stock. Mindrat also is very nice. This is the Portal second edition version. We might have some value out of this. Sorcery. And then we have Treasure Cruise, the OG Treasure Cruise from Concentrate here. And then we have Elixir of Immortality. It was very viable back in the day, but somewhat gotten down. Still in some good condition, maybe for, again, for the EDH use, as well as this one, Scalpelexis EDH Tethering Peaks, for maybe for the mono red decks. For Pauper, this is quite moderately played, so I'm not sure if it's still going to work. So this is Deprive for commons, blue cards to landfall effects, Burst Lightning. So awesome Fire and Ice, the OG Fire and Ice, but again the condition is somewhat moderately played. So we'll skip this one. We have Binding Constrictor. I think this might be having some play for the energy decks or counter decks, perhaps. And then, so we skip through the Crook of Condemnation, a sideboard card, which might have some value. Oops, we're going to place it here. Then we have Channel's Defeat as another sideboard card for red decks against red, which can kill off any big red creature. So we have that. Legends Lieutenants, Spell Pierce, some random excellent cards, but still going well with some good cards to hit, even for the small value out of it. So we have Advanced Blasting Cannons, also a good sideboard card, or maybe some EDH value here. Essence Destruction might be a sideboard card, but the good thing is this is the game day versions. So we have 6 copies. And then Captivating Crew, more of a EDH card. This is Defeat also, and more Downfall and Dream Stealer. So these are also some relevant cards that we can have, even if we can just sell them for quite, maybe for 20 pesos, 30 pesos. We just get through the value out of those. And last but not the least is this pile. I think this is Centaur Garden from Odyssey. So this is the OG Centaur Garden. Sadly, it's a Chinese version. It's still in good condition. And we have Ghost Town, which this is a German version, or not sure, or Italian. Then Starlit Sanctums for the cleric decks. It's still very useful. Okay, Black Knight, old school. Viscera Seer also might have some play. A White Knight, Skinning Stone, but not really that good condition also. Well, Assassin, typical sense card, but might have some play. Mesa Enchantress, okay, Magnetic Mine, and Lacto Signet, more for the EDH cards. Of course, Lightning Strike, which can add, as well as Outpost Siege. Okay, condition might be really of the value. Then Mastery of Unseen, maybe a sideboard card again for white. EDH value cards. Bolt Scourge, maybe for the Pauper decks, but sadly I'm not sure if we can sell it for this kind of condition. We have some slight damages on the edge, so we'll see after the sorting. And we have Coldari Bird, which is again for the synthesizer deck, as well as Glint Hawks, but this one sadly has very tight damage, so I might just use them for my personal use. As well as this one, Galvanic Blast. These are the playset, but there are some slight nudges on the edge, and maybe for just personal use, so they won't really have to argue with the customer regarding the condition of the card. And last but not the least, we have Neil Spellbomb, Of course, another sideboard card can also be useful in older decks in pauper format. So I guess that's much it for this. If you have yet to check my store, online store, Coinmax, MTG is already placed some of these cards. I think we still have some of them that has multiple copies, but later on I will also try to upload the rest, but also after checking on the condition if it would really fit, so as to avoid the conflict or any comment or negative comment from your customers. So I guess that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. We might have some stash discovery in the future, so just stay tuned for that one. So again, thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video.